Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 9 of this NHL 21 No First Rounders franchise mode with the Milwaukee Pirates. If you guys have missed any episodes, go up into the top corner of the video right now, click the card, there will be a link to the playlist so you can get caught up on whatever you missed. Also, if you do enjoy this episode, make sure to go down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell to never miss when these uploads come out. So last episode we actually had a decent amount of comments. I was very impressed with you guys on how you did there, but just about every comment here was highlightable. So the first comment here came from Drayden Pletz saying Etanyos could make videos on draft steals of his own drafts. His picks are up there with some of the actual NHL draft steals. Great draft for the goalies, by the way. Can't wait to see them grow into master players. So yes, last draft, again, if you missed that, go back and check it out. But we landed some absolutely amazing players. It's going to be unsigned. So yeah, we got Tamander, Louis, Malikov, and Markstrom have grown significantly. But we also got Lehtinen, Steen, and Levo, so that's crazy. And then of course we got 3 goalies here, I believe, or no, we got 2 goalies, sorry, no, 3. We got Webb, yeah, we got Randy Webb, Byron Betts, sorry, not Braden, and Lars Ackerland. And obviously Ackerland is the pick that we're expecting to turn out, but honestly you just never know with this game. So I honestly think with the goaltending and everything we have here, we are going to be making a move. It's not going to be the exact move that you guys are probably thinking, but the next comment here came from Benjamin Fournier saying, it's just so satisfying when you draft some steals in the late rounds. Love it. And I think he was talking mainly about Lehtinen as well as, I believe Levo, because Lehtinen and Levo both turned out great. The scouting really went through on those players, and you never know, right? They might turn into absolutely amazing players. They might become a crazy good combo in our team for the future, which I would love to see. If we could get Lehtinen and Levo just rolling, that would be so cool. But yeah, we'll see what happens with those guys. Obviously, guys like Magnus Tamander and Petri Louis are absolutely slated to make the team within a year or two. And he actually left a comment teaching me how to pronounce his name, funny enough. But the final comment here came from Philippe Leblanc saying, I think you have 2 options for goaltending. One is you keep what you have, and obviously what we have is Igor Shesterkin. I am terrible with names right now. So yes, Shesterkin would be fantastic. I would love to hold on to him, but unfortunately, I really don't think that we can pay him $6 million, and we just don't have the cap space for that because we have to pay other guys too, and we only have $16 million in cap. 16 million? Yeah, 16.7 million. So, I don't know if that's a viable option. Or 2 is that you trade away the year 2 goaltender that you just drafted with other prospects for Upshaw. Personally, I think you should go for option 1 because I think that your 2-year-away goalie is going to win a lot of Vezinas and that he will cost less than Upshaw. I don't think, I don't like paying goaltenders $11 million, but I won't be mad if you go for Upshaw because he is the best goalie in the league. So, what he's saying is that we should trade Ackerland, which I do not think is an option, honestly. But what I do think we need to do is downgrade the pricing on the goaltending just a little bit. The quality, not so much. I mean, yes, an 87 rated Shesterkin would be fantastic, but I just don't think we have the means to pay him when we have to pay guys like Getzel. He's asking for like $11 million, which is ridiculous. But to be fair, Jake Getzel just put up a 109-point season, which is definitely rewardable with a lot of money. And to be honest, he wasn't even the best player on the team. George Whitney was, but Whitney's already getting paid 10.5. So maybe we can negotiate this down with Getzel. I don't think it's going to happen too much. And of course we have to sign guys like Sanford, who's honestly not a bad deal by any means. But we need Sanford, we need Carlo, who's going to be a little more pricey. And then, you know, obviously I want to try and re-sign the majority of our AHL guys down here because I would like to see them grow and improve and really get this team rolling. But let's get to some contract signings here. And I think what we might end up trying to pull off is a sign and trade. I don't know if we can even trade. Yeah, I'm a little stuck on how we're going to do this here, honestly. So let's get the rule of 85 calculator out, wherever my calculator is. There it is. So let's get the rule of 85 going here, which, again, if you guys don't know, it's just 85% of whatever the player is requesting. So he wants an $11.375 million contract, which at 85% is just a $9.6 million contract, or 9.66. So, I mean, I would love to see Getzel sign this. I really think he should stay with this team. I think it would just be the best move for his career. But if we offer him a $9.7 million contract, he's technically getting paid more than Stone or Point, and both those guys are fantastic players as well. But I would like to keep Getzel around just because, one, he is younger than Stone or Klingberg or a bunch of guys, as well as he and Whitney were absolutely clicking this year on the top line. So that's the main reason I want to keep him around as well. For Zach Sanford, he's only a $1.97 million deal, which we could probably get down to 1.68 by the looks of it. So if we offer him 1.7 million, we save 200,000. It's not a huge difference, but hopefully it will make a difference. And then, of course, we have Brandon Carlo. He wants 2.275 million at 85%, is a $1.93 million contract. So that should be just enough for him, hopefully. And then, of course, we have Igor Shesterkin, who I would like to sign, but then potentially trade if we can. And he wants a 2-year deal at $6.25 million at that. Okay, that's a $5.15 million contract. Honestly, not even that bad. Or actually, no, 5.125. So I would love to see all those guys sign. Do I think they're going to? No, I think we might get 1 or 2 of those guys. But let's advance, see what happens here. And all right, Marcel Roux joins as an AHL associate coach. Perfect. Looks like Brandon Carlo's re-signed. Okay, Nichols didn't sign, but we get some scouts back here. Okay, let's get to the signings. This is the exciting part. And nope, still more scouts. Still more scouts. And there you go. Okay, Brandon Carlo does sign. Shesterkin rejects. Getzel rejects. Sanford rejects. Perfect. Okay, so like I said, I thought 1 or 2 might sign. So now we have to figure this one out. So we've got $15 million left. Getzel wants 11 of that. We cannot pay him 11 of that. I will offer Sanford a $1.8 million deal. That's pretty cheap, to be completely honest. Jake Getzel is going to be a whopping amount of money, but to be completely honest, if we could get him at 9.75, I would be extremely happy with that. We just simply can't offer him more money than that right now because we need to sign Shesterkin to a 1-year deal here, and if we can get him for $5 million for a single year, I think that would be perfect. And then we can talk extension with him after the free agent frenzy is over, and looks like we didn't get anybody. Perfection. You are annoying. Okay, come on, Sanford. Sanford's a perfect fit for our third line, which is very annoying because we are just simply gonna... Okay, Bluger, you can't take that much money, man. We literally have no cap space right now. Like, yes, we have 15 million, but all these two-way contracts don't actually count towards anything. So that's why we're doing this the way we are doing this. And of course, we are going to have to sign some rookies here this season as well. I don't think we're going to get to that just yet. Actually, maybe we will. Malikov grew like crazy, putting up just 12 points, so I would love to see him get up to like a 70+ overall. If he could do that by the time he's 20, he might still have a chance of making the team. And then, of course, we need to get Louis signed up here, Petri Louis, and Magnus Tamander. Those names just seem to go hand in hand. But we are going to need to do something here, whether it be buyout Stetcher or... That's the problem, is I'm not exactly sure what else we can even do. Cale Fleury we cannot part ways with, unfortunately. We have to keep him around. Sanford for $2 million is really not a bad contract, but this is just a really difficult situation overall because we have so many guys asking for so much money, and it's just not going to happen, I don't think. 10 million for 6 years. That's 1.3 million less than. Come on, Getzel, you're being selfish now. Like, you gotta work with the team here at this point. 5.25 for Shesterkin, please, man. We need something to work here, but we'll see. So, Pius Sutter's obviously gonna sign. Looks like Sanford re-signed. Okay, that's good. Mayfield did not sign. Shesterkin rejects. Getzel rejects, of course. But we did get Sanford at that 1.9 million or whatever it was. We get Malikov, Tamander, Louis. Okay. So, this is the problem, is we just simply don't have enough money to make these deals work. I think Bluger and Mayfield are going to walk, honestly. I don't see us paying them. Leitonen and Levo are going to have to play on their own here, because we can't really do a whole lot for them. But we're going to hit Shesterkin with a $5.75 million contract. And then we're going to hit Getzel with a 1-year, $10 million deal to hopefully entice him back. No, 1.2 or $10.25 million deal to hopefully entice these guys back, just to keep their value for now. We can talk more contracts down the line. Oh, okay. And Getzel did sign the 1 year, so that's a little bit annoying because we are so freaking close on cap space with this deal that I'm going to have to probably buy someone out to keep Shesterkin. I think that someone's going to be Troy Stetcher, honestly. I hate to say it, but even though we are about to buy him out, yes, we do that. We clear up the cap needed to sign the much more valuable Igor Shesterkin, just for now. 2 years, 5.5. I would love to get Shesterkin in for that. Oh, come on, my guy. You are really pissing me off now. We literally don't have any more money. The other player I think I am pretty much guaranteed going to sign here is going to be Ackerland, but it won't happen until we make a move with Shesterkin and maybe Greer, because I just don't think Gustavo Greer is the perfect fit for this team. I think we are going to have to move on from him eventually, but let's see. And Shesterkin, and we don't get Shesterkin. Perfect. Okay. All right. So, unfortunately, a bunch of those signings kind of go sideways, and we're going to have to deal with this as it comes. But fortunately, we did get Getzel signed. So what I think we are going to do here is... only one team interested in Upshaw, and it is New Jersey. 9.9 million is honestly not a bad contract for a goalie of that caliber. Out of all honesty, though, he's a restricted free agent, isn't he? Yeah, he is. So, Shesterkin wants 6.4 million. He's not going to get that. And apparently I forgot to sign Dwayne Dika, which was stupid, but I will do that now. Don't know what I was paying attention to. Definitely not our goaltending. No, we traded Dika, didn't we? So somebody else was not paying attention to their rookie signings and decided to leave Dika completely untouched. Yeah, I 100% traded Dwayne Dika. So that would technically be one free agent signing. The other free agent signing I want to pull off would be, I would like to bring back, preferably, I would like to bring back Troy Stecher at 2.25, but I just don't know how we're going to clear up cap space, to be completely honest with you. So let's try some moves here. This is going to be interesting. We're going to potentially be cap dumping here, but man, if we could get Upshaw, it would be beautiful. I don't think we will, to be completely honest, but what kind of value is it going to take to get Harry Upshaw? Obviously, it's going to cost some cap space. There's no question in my mind about that. But the real question is who is going to be getting moved. That's the thing, though, is we have to pay Romanov, we have to pay Kaprizov, we have to pay Getzel. We have to pay 3 big-name players after this season, and I just don't know if we're going to be able to afford it, to be completely honest with you. So, I feel like now that we're not looking for certain types of players as much, now we look to potentially pull off a trade instead here. So I'm going to head to Colorado, where Jonas Korpisalo is just $4.4 million, and see if we can swing some value here. So Korpisalo, 4.4 mil, not expensive by any means, but I would also like to try and keep some cap space cleared up if we can, just to go out and sign a guy like Stecher and a few other players if we need to. So I say we send Appleton out in this deal along with none other than our first rounder that is just sitting here and we can't use. So value-wise, that is overkill. Maybe we try to get a second back from Colorado. Holy first... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I was like, holy first rounders, this is ridiculous. Second rounder is going to swing that deal too hard as well. Can we get 2/3? I think that's a pretty fair deal, honestly. We send a first and Appleton in exchange for Korpisalo, 2/3 to Colorado. I think that's a fair deal. And honestly, not a bad one by any means. And by doing this, we don't clear up a ton of cap space, but we get that starting caliber goalie that we need, and also have a little bit of cap space to work with as far as getting some bottom line players into the team goes. So trade accepted, no question about that. And Korpisalo is now on the Pirates. Did we ever actually have him? No, we had Saros. Okay, so Korpisalo is new, no question about that. But looks like the morale's gone up a bit. And how much money do we have left for free agency? $3 million. Okay, not bad. It's pretty well exactly what I wanted to be working with. And, of course, I would like to go out and get our good old Troy Stecher back. That would be fantastic. And he's not a whole lot of money either, so. $2 million for the next 2 years, I think, is a fair deal for him. And that's one free agent signed. We have $1 million left to potentially sign another player here. And I think that other player is going to have to be a forward. Preferably a center that fits our fourth line, guaranteed. See, now like an Adam Lowry for $1.7 million would be a great contract. I would love to bring him in, but does that actually go through? Probably not. So let's advance. I don't think we're going to clear up all that much cap space, and looks like we're not getting coaches either, so that's always cool. Okay, we get one coach out of 2. And Dwayne Dika signs, so there's some value. Okay, that's good. Adam Lowry signs, and are we even going to get Stecher? I don't think we are, honestly. I think he's going to reject here. Hello, Troy. Please sign the deal. Stecher, my guy, where are you at? I offered him a deal. Has he just completely refused it? I don't think he has. I guess he has. Oh, that's cool. Stetcher's just gone, man. Okay, so I offered Stecher the deal. He just completely ignored it, refused it, and walked off. So that's cool, I guess. Ben Hutton honestly looks like a pretty decent pick, or a guy that we could pick up. So let's go for Hutton. I know he's 30, but I'm spending right to the cap with this team, especially when we have those 2 free agent signings. And of course, we already got Adam Lowry, so that's a pretty solid signing. And I guess we didn't get Stecher, which is too bad. Oh, come on. Hutton doesn't sign either. Are you kidding me? Dude. Now I'm just getting a little bit annoyed that nobody's signing with our team. Maybe let's offer Matt Benning a deal instead. Sure. Go with him, 1.2 million. He should totally sign that if he's like, oh, I went with another team. Again, like, oh. Not gonna lie, honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if, okay, no, Benning does sign. So, I think we're about as good as we can get here. I didn't do a whole lot depth-wise. I can't do a whole lot depth-wise with the rules of this series, but Lemieux will most likely be playing for the team this year. We might even have a guy like Luff or Suter or somebody like that come into the team and get some playing time. But overall, you know, the team's looking pretty good. I wish we could sign more players here. Actually, we do have a trade option left. So, I would like to find a team that has some, you know, nice low-end kind of rookie end type contracts. See if we can find a deal for like Dika or Greer. See if any team wants like both of those guys. If they want 2 goalies for the future, I would not mind that because we have so many guys that need to get playtime. What about just Greer? There's got to be trade options there. Lots of teams want to move picks, preferably. So it's not stellar, but it's not bad either. So, Edmondson, Broussard Edmondson, Dennis Savard. Okay, let's look at Anaheim, see if we can provide some extra value here to this team. They want to move picks. I want to get players, so honestly, their team's in pretty good shape overall. They just need a few more extra pieces to kind of complete where they're at. Heinen's a 4th rounder, Janmark's a 3rd. Could I potentially get both of these guys? Obviously, Milwaukee would be over the cap, but if we then were to move a player such as... Never mind, we are right up against the cap. I can't say this is going to be a straight one-for-one kind of deal, but if we can get guys that are low-value, low-end contracts that aren't actually going to cost us much and have some overall, or a guy like Kopaka. See, I would love to pull guys like that off of this team. I would love that. If we could get Janmark, Kopaka, and Gerlu, or I say Gerlu. Is it Giroux? Is it Gerlu? How do you say it? I need you guys to help with that pronunciation, because honestly, I don't know. Could we send them that and make a deal? I would love that. Literally puts us right up against the cap, but then it allows for Lars Ackerlund to play with Hall as the backup, and I think that would be good, honestly. So, let's give it a try. I think this deal goes through, and yeah, no question. So, yes, we acquired Dika, and then we just immediately traded him again, but now the team is in a lot better shape for what I want it to look like. So, let's sim to the next season. That's it. That's all we're doing, and I'm happy with where the team's at. Alright guys, so for the upcoming season, this is how the lineup is looking. It's ridiculously good. And yeah, we got Greenway, Whitney, Getzel, Stone, Point, and Kaprizov. That second line is honestly a total first line. It's hilarious how good it is. And then we've got Sanford, Gambrell, and Brown, and then Lemieux, Lowry, and Kopaka. So just really, really solid lineup all around. Decent chemistry, really good chemistry, actually. And then the defense is just as good, if not better. And of course, we have Alexander Romanov, who's just been fantastic. We've got him with Klingberg, of course, then Brandon Carlo with Shane Gostisbehere, and then Matt Benning playing alongside Cale Fleury. For scratch players, we've got Carrick and Janmark in there, and then of course we have Korpisalo backed up by Eric Comrie. For the special teams, things are looking real good as well. We got +3s on both power play units. We've got +1s on the 4-man, and then the PKs are at 0, and the 3-man PKs are only -1s. So yeah, really solid. You can again pause if you want to take a look at any of this lineup stuff, but that is the team there. In the AHL, things aren't quite as crazy, but we still have to make a couple signings, and of course, players just need to develop more. So, Malikov going to be making his rookie debut in the AHL, as well as Magnus Timander, and Sokolov's having a decent time down there. He's getting better every year, and hopefully we'll see some growth in Vladimir Chubasov. Otherwise, we might just have to trade him off because he is 20 years old now and really hasn't seen a ton of progression compared to guys like Nico Reason and other players like that. So, Petri Louis getting the start on the top pairing there. Obviously, he is going to be one of our staples of Milwaukee Pirates prospect hockey. And then, of course, we got Valery Semenov, who honestly should be developing a little better. Hasn't been crazy good over the last little bit, but he's getting lots of ice time, so hopefully that will translate to some growth. And then that is the scratch players, and we do actually need to go and check out the contracts for captains, though. That's what we're looking at: Mark Stone, George Whitney, and Braden Point. And there are your numbers. So Korpisalo's a new number, Matt Benning wearing number 8 there, Lemieux wearing number 48, and Kopaka with 32, and Lowry with 17, and Janmark with 13. So those are all the new numbers and new players. So yeah, let's get to contracts right away, because we really need to work on some of this. So I don't know if we can even offer, yeah, certain players we can offer contract extensions, others we can't. Looks like Kaprizov doesn't want a contract extension because he's looking at 12.8 million. That's cool. Okay. Versus a guy like Romanov, even if we bump him up to an 8-year deal, he's only going to be 7.7 million, if not less than that. So that's very promising. Greenway, same kind of deal, going to be around the 7 million mark. But honestly, if those guys are playing top 6 roles for us, it's really not that bad. A 2-year, $2.8 million deal for Connor Brown, I would get done in a heartbeat. And of course, Cale Fleury wants a bit too much money, in my opinion. Yep, he wants quite a bit too much. To be completely honest, he's overcharging here, as he's only playing a top 6 role for this team, really. So that's not spectacular, but it's also not terrible, if that makes sense. So I think Alexander Romanov, right away, we're going to get in there and get him signed up. He wants 7.725. Rule of 85 says that could be a $6.56 million contract. $6.6 million for 8 years of Alexander Romanov would be absolutely crazy good on a deal. Greenway, I don't think he's worth 8 years. I think he's worth about 6, to be completely honest. So he wants 3 years. We'll give him 6. But at a $6.725 million deal, he's going to be more like $5.71 million. Okay. 5.725 is not a bad deal at all for Greenway either, if we get him for that. Connor Brown immediately jumps if we go from 2 to 3 years. But I think we can hit him with a $2.425 million deal here, and I honestly think he'll take it. Fleury is just simply going to be too much. So he will probably get a qualifying offer. Lemieux, I don't even know if we can extend him properly. I would like to extend him for 2 more years after this, and I'd say about a $1.1 million contract is probably about equal value for him. And then we have in the system where, you know, really there's not a crazy amount of contract talk going on. Sokolov is probably going to need an extension, but I don't want to give that to him yet because I want to see what he can do. And we are going to offer Lars Ackerlund a contract this season, and he is going to join immediately. Okay, so he has anxiety, unfortunately, but Ackerlund should be getting the start here, honestly, because he's 18. Honestly, we even have we got a time frame on him. We can literally let him develop for a year. So it would not be the worst thing to even just let him play backup, get his minutes in. I mean, he literally was a 70 overall rated goalie after putting up 23 wins in Liga last year. So, yeah, I think he's going to develop just fine in our system. And, well, that is the team. So, Kaprizov is just a bit of a question mark right now as far as why he doesn't want an extension. He's looking at a ridiculous amount of money. 12.875. That's a $10.9 million contract again. So that's just strange. I just find that really strange. But I'm just going to get my scouting done here quickly off camera, and then I will be back with you guys to show you the team ratings and then wrap up the episode from there. Okay, so for contract extensions, we see Connor Brown sign that cheap deal. Lemieux also signs. Kaprizov does sign for $10.9 million. Interesting. Okay. Greenway signs cheap. Romanov signs cheap. Beautiful. All right, now we're not going to have as many contract issues for the upcoming year. That's beautiful. The only reason I was really hesitant to try to push a Harry Upshaw deal through for you guys was because I know he's been injured quite a bit over the first 3 seasons of his career, which, you know, is not a great fit in my opinion, especially for a team like this where we are rolling, we try to stay healthy for the most part, and, well, I mean, when your team literally looks like this, where we're going to have just an insanely good record, well, not record, but sorry, an insanely good overall team, 96 offense, 91 defense. It says 82 goaltending, which I can't say I entirely believe. I get the feeling we might be starting Comrie here. That might be what's going on. Maybe not. Oh no, it is 82 because, yeah, some players have dropped off rating-wise. No, yeah, it is 82. Okay, so it's not quite as good as last year, but that's okay because, you know, we can't always have the most stacked goaltending in the league. But yeah, like, again, this Pirates team just needs to get it done this year. I wish we had better goaltending. Don't get me wrong. I really wish we do, because this team is really right on the cusp of being absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. Next episode, we'll get through the season sim, hopefully get to some playoffs. But that's the team. That is where we are at with this franchise mode, and that's where we're going to wrap it up. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure to go down below, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit the notification bell to never miss when these uploads come out. And of course, if you want to get featured, make sure to drop a comment. And that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time.